Listen up, you barrel of mechanical monkeys! We are now floating over the Shady Glen Technology Center, ready to begin more mischief-making. I am preparing to take over as head scientist here, so I can be in charge of all of the research about science that goes on. I don't want anyone getting any smarter than me, so I'm stopping all other research. My spies tell me that one of those pesky super solvers has gotten wind of my plan and is on the way to challenge me to a scientific duel of wits to win the position of head scientist. Ha! Now here's my plan. I've set up 15 different races that the super solver will have to win before outsmarting me. But before we race, the super solver will have to find the parts to build faster vehicles than mine. I've hidden the parts in the warehouses, and the science puzzles that I use to lock the doors will make things trickier. Just to make things even more challenging, I want you cyber chimps... Hey, wake up there! I want you cyber chimps to roam around looking for the best parts for me and try to steal the parts that the super solvers picked up as well. Just stay away from those bananas. I don't want you guys sleeping on the job. Now, let's go.
Hey there, everybody. It's KYN, and I welcome you all back to another one of my Let's Plays. So yes, I've recently finished Let's Playing Logic Quest, which was a game by a company called The Learning Company, and now I'm ready to debut my next LP, which is also another game by The Learning Company. This one is called Gizmos and Gadgets. Yeah, this was definitely one of the most fun games I played growing up. Even though it was pretty difficult for me back then. Yeah, I had to get a lot of help from both my brother and my dad. Although my dad, it was just simply for like the science puzzles. While my brother, yeah, he essentially helped with like the making the vehicles, or rather, giving me like advice and tips on how to like win the races and everything. But yeah, despite all the stuff that was really hard for me back then, yeah, this was definitely a very fun game that I really enjoyed back then. And yeah, quite in recent times, in the last several years, I gotten like the inkling to get this working again on my machine and everything. Yeah, and I was wanting to do it at all costs. This unfortunately is one of those games where it's very very difficult to get running on modern machines properly. There's like a lot of like hacks and workarounds that you need to do in order to get the game to run properly. Yeah, in particular. Yeah, it seems that your best bet is to run this on the virtual machine. Yeah, just similar to the way that I LP'd Logic Quest. And as a matter of fact, yeah, I was going to record this on my Windows 10 host machine, but everything records fine with OBS. But the thing is, I do not want to basically remove all the dead space by running it in the I don't even remember the numbers, but I think it's like 640 by 480 resolution. Yeah, when you right click on the exe file and go to the compatibility tab. Yeah, because doing it that way will basically resize the OBS window, which then means I would have to like resize it back to the proper size and everything. And I believe it would even mess up the recording too. So yeah, rather than risk doing that, and then just having to like resize the OBS window every single time. Yeah, after I'm done recording. Yeah, I unfortunately will have to do this on the virtual machine instead. But I'm perfectly fine with that because luckily for me, it does run on the it runs really well in the virtual machine. Here I'm using Windows XP. So yeah, and there's apparently like plenty of like things you can read online where people testify to that the game works perfectly on Windows XP, and it even works on like on later OSs as well. So you can even do Windows Vista and like Windows 7, for example. Just like in the way that I told you that I was able to get this running on my Windows 10 machine. But yeah, again, it does require some workarounds and some hacks. Um, like yeah, I believe in some cases, yeah, you would have to like set the compatibility to like run the game in 256 colors, for example. And but here it apparently was not necessary because like just before I started recording, I unchecked the box for the 256 colors, and apparently it works fine. And then same thing with the running in compatibility mode with Windows 95. Yeah, I also unticked that, and this game works perfectly fine. And then but the most troublesome problem of all, though, is the basically getting the sound and the music to work, I believe. And that there is a method for that. It pretty much involves like making like an empty CFG file, I think. Yeah, and you have to place it in like the Windows System 32 and System 64 folders, I believe. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look that up, but yeah, it basically just involves making an empty file. Yeah, I think it's like medi.cfg or something like that. Yeah, that you have to name it. Yeah, and then just place it in the folders as I said. Yeah, and then it gets the sound and the music to work properly. So yeah, luckily, but that took an extremely long time for me to like find though. Yeah, like there were a lot of searches online that I did, but like I wouldn't be able to like find anything until I finally found that. But that took a lot of searching around though. But in any case, yeah, it does work. Yeah. So when I saw that the game does run properly, instead of complaining of like a like incompatible sound card and whatnot, I was really filled with joy and everything because that meant that I could like relive some of my childhood by playing this game again. Yeah, Gizmos and Gadgets, and yeah, I believe it should show in the recording, but you'll also see like the title bar up here as well. Yeah, you will notice that it says CD after the name of the game. And yes, I grew up with the CD version because apparently there is a DOS version, and then the learning company later released a CD version, which basically added speech. And so that's why, for example, you heard the voices, yeah, in the short intro that we just watched, where it involves this guy, yeah, the Master of Mischief. Yeah, in other games he goes by Morty Maxwell, and I think they said that the Morty Maxwell and the Master of Mischief are pretty much the same character. Yeah, he just like uh sometimes he goes by the name Morty Maxwell, other times he just is known by the title Master of Mischief. But I believe they are the exact same character though. So basically, it for Gizmos and Gadgets, yeah, the Master of Mischief, yeah, he is at the Shady Glen Technology Center, and basically, yeah, he's just saying that nobody can like beat him in these races and everything. But he gave us like the basically the objective that we're supposed to do. Yeah, we're supposed to go around a warehouse collecting parts for these vehicles that we will be making, and the the objective here is to like create a vehicle with these parts so that it is faster than his, and we will win the race. Yeah, and you basically have to do this 15 times. Yeah, there are three different buildings for which you need to build vehicles, and 5 levels in each one. So for a total of 15 races, or rather 15 vehicles that you need to make in order to race him. And so yeah, it's like I said, I grew up with the CD version. Yeah, that had the speech. So yeah, so I guess you can say like I basically grew up with the enhanced version. Yeah, because some people have only known the DOS version. Yeah, which again does not have speech at all. Yeah, the CD version adds that. Yeah, so you can hear the voice acting and everything. But really in this game though, all you just really hear are the player hints and Morty Max. No, I'm sorry, not Morty Maxwell. The Master of Mischief and the Super Solver's voice. Yeah, those are really the only three voices that you hear. Oh, actually, there's another voice too. Yeah, you can also hear basically the hints for the science puzzles and also the basically how the voice read like the various parts of the vehicle that you'll be making too. So make that four voices, not three. Um, but anyway, yeah, this was a really really fun game. Yeah, when I was growing up, yeah, and even though it was really complicated for me back then, since I was only in elementary at the time, but it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this a lot, and so really a lot of my childhood was made because of this game. Yeah, but we really have my dad to thank here though, because yeah, he's the one who got it for us, and yep, we definitely got a lot of like value out of it because like it taught us a lot. Yeah, especially the science principles behind the puzzles. Yeah, the various puzzles that you need to solve and stuff. But anyway, yeah, I think that's enough chit chat. I believe I pretty much like touched all bases here, or at least tried to touch as much as I could. So let's go ahead and get started here. So I'm gonna go ahead and sign in, and just like I did with Logic Quest and pretty much all the learning company games that I've LP'd, I'm gonna go ahead and use the username I go by on the Lemmings forums, yeah, which is KYN. And then I'm gonna go ahead and click on Start Game, and you get this. You can play Gizmos and Gadgets with Morty's cyber chimps or without them. When the chimps are in the warehouse with you, they will try to take your vehicle parts. How do you want to play? Yeah, and then you are presented with two options: with chimps or without chimps. I think I've always played with chimps though, and again, I love a good challenge. And so, as you can see, this is pretty similar to when I LP'd Logic Quest, where you are given the option of either playing with bats or without bats. Yeah, but this time replace bats with chimps. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on with chimps here. Okay, so once you click on that, yeah, it brings us to the main menu here. Yeah, where you see three buildings. So you have aircraft here, alternative energy, and finally automotive. I think I'm gonna go from left to right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with aircraft.
Look at the blueprint to see which parts you need to build your vehicle. Click on the parts to get more information about them. Then go to the warehouse to find the parts. Click on the Listen button if you want to hear the information read aloud.
Yeah, and we can go ahead and do that if you want. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and mouse our cursor over these various parts of the vehicle that we're gonna make. So for level 1, for the aircraft building, yeah, our vehicle would be a blimp. So here is the envelope. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on that. Yeah, and it brings up this, and then you can just click the speaker icon here. Yeah, to hear the all this read aloud.
The balloon shape of the blimp is called the envelope. The envelope holds the helium gas that helps lift the blimp into the air. A fat envelope has the most air resistance or drag. A narrow envelope has the least amount of drag and will help make the fastest blimp.
Yeah, the really funny thing was that when I was a kid, yeah, I thought the most drag, yeah, meant that's the part that you need to get. But no, 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 no. I was very, very mistaken. Yeah, you don't want to get the ones that make the most drag. Basically, yeah, drag is exactly as it sounds. Yeah, the more drag there is, the slower your vehicle would be. Because, yeah, there's something that's holding the vehicle back from being as efficient as possible. So therefore, you want the least amount of drag. Yeah, which doesn't hold it down as much, and therefore is faster than those that create more drag. So here it tells us that we want to get a narrow envelope. Yeah, for the for this part. Okay, and then the next one we can do the gondola.
The gondola of a blimp is where the pilot and passengers sit. The gondola can be attached to the bottom of the blimp's envelope, or it can be inside the envelope. Attached gondolas add air resistance or drag and will slow the blimp down. A gondola hanging from the blimp will make the most drag. A gondola inside the envelope will not add any drag.
Yeah, so either the least amount of drag or won't add any. Yeah, those are really the parts that you want. So in this case for the gondola, we want it to be inside the envelope. That's the best part. And then finally, the engine here.
The engine provides thrust or push needed to move the blimp forward, up, and down. All of the engines in this race give the same power. The position of the engine will affect your blimp's speed. An engine that is behind the gondola will help make the fastest blimp.
Okay, so we want to get an engine that's behind the gondola, it says here. So for the engine behind the gondola, this one inside the envelope, and this one narrow envelope. And then finally there's decal and paint, but these are just cosmetics. Yeah, that won't affect the speed in any way. Yeah, it's just really to like, make your vehicle look better.
You can choose one of 4 decals for your vehicle. The decals will not affect your vehicle's speed.
And obviously the color won't either.
You can paint your vehicle one of 4 colors. The paint will not affect your vehicle's speed.
Alrighty, and then once you're done, you're going to go ahead and click on done here.
Click on the green tube to go to the warehouse and look for parts. When you have the parts you need, return here to build your vehicle.
Yeah, you can click or just press enter like it says there. So this green tube, yeah, they're talking about this right here. So when you're ready, go ahead and click it with the mouse.
Use the left arrow key or the right arrow key to move around the warehouse. Use the right and up arrow keys together to jump to the right. Use the left and up arrow keys together to jump to the left. Press the space bar to throw bananas to the chimps.
Alrighty. And then that right there is the chimp. So if you run into a chimp, then basically if you had any parts, if you collected any parts, yeah, basically the chimp will steal one of your parts. Yeah, and which one it is random, I believe. Yeah, so you can't tell ahead of time which one they will steal. Unless you only had one part, of course. Yeah, that's the only part that they can steal. And yeah, one thing that the hint does not mention is basically how to run here. So what you want to do is, to run, you want to hold down control, and then either the left or the right arrow key. Yeah, so like this. Hold down control and either left or right. Yeah, in order to run. And then if you hold down the control key while holding down the while pressing the up and the either left or right to jump, yeah, you would jump much farther. Yeah, than you would if you did not have control held down. Because without control held down, if you do the
Go through the great doors to get puzzles and find more parts. Move in front of a door and press the up arrow key to open it.
Yeah, because if you just do the combination of arrow keys, yeah, up and either left or right, then you do short jumps like this. So if you want to go farther, you have to hold down control. And then those 2 arrow keys to do the jumps. So it's really interesting that the game never touches upon how to run and how to jump farther. Yeah, the manual does. Yeah, but like for some very strange reason, in game it does not tell you how to do that. So much for being like user friendly, yeah, to the player. But anyway, yeah, basically the goal is to like go around the warehouse and collect parts, and those parts will be in these yellow boxes here. And you will also go through various doors as well. Yeah, most of the doors will start closed, and in order to open them, you will need to solve the puzzle that the game presents you with. And the way you do this is you move in front of the door and you press the up arrow key like the hint says.
You need to solve the puzzle to go through the door. Use the mouse to work on the puzzle. Click on the hint button to get more information. Turn on the light bulb by making a complete electrical circuit.
Yeah, and then again, if you want a hint, yeah, you can always click on this like the hint says. So this is what you get, and then of course you can have the voice read out loud if you want.
Pick up the wire. String the wire so that electricity passes through the light bulb. The tip of the wire turns red when a connection has been made. The light bulb has 2 connecting ends. The battery has a negative end and a positive end. When electricity can flow from one end of the battery through the light bulb to the other end of the battery, the electrical circuit is complete, and the bulb will light up.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, I really, really wished I did some experiments like this in science classes when I was growing up. Yeah, basically lighting up a bulb, yeah, by connecting wires, yeah, with a battery and a switch, for example. And also for this one, yeah, you can also look at the various types of puzzles that you will encounter in this game by going to options and going to puzzle customization. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different types of puzzles that you will encounter. And they also tell you the total number of puzzles as well. But I think there is actually a bug in the game in that, like, yeah, with a few more puzzles left, yeah, you actually don't get to see all of them, I think. Because eventually they just simply repeat. And you can even customize the types of puzzles that you encounter too. So if you just want to say balance puzzles, then you can essentially turn all these off by doing this. so that anytime you go to a door, to solve a puzzle, you will only be faced with balance puzzles. And similar, if you want like balancing electricity puzzles, then you just leave these two on. But as it is, I'm just going to go ahead and leave all of them on. Yeah, so that we face all 8 types of puzzles here. So anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and leave this alone. And yeah, here it doesn't matter, you press OK or cancel, because this was already how it was anyway, when you first bring up this menu. So anyway, yeah, for this puzzle, as you can imagine, they start out pretty easy. So here, for example, you only have a cable, and that's all you do. Just connect these 2 ends. Okay, and then for this one, you can either click or press enter. Or actually, I think you have to click on here. Yeah, you have to click the mouse there. Yeah, or just press enter. Yeah, enter is a little faster, I think. Yeah, because you can press it anytime.
Bananas.
Yeah, and to see what's in the box, yeah, you basically just go up to the box and then press the down arrow key. In that case, yeah, it had bananas, yeah, which we use to feed the chimps, yeah, to make them take a nap. Yeah, and also to make them drop any parts that they might have stolen from you, if they ran into you. So in this case, yeah, even if we run into the chimp over there, yeah, he's not going to steal anything for us because we haven't collected anything. They cannot steal bananas from you. Yeah, they can only steal vehicle parts.
Oops! A chimp ran into you. The Master of Mischief's chimps will take one of your parts when they run into you. Throw them bananas to make them take a nap.
Yeah, so in order to draw bananas, you just press the space bar. And again, yeah, they cannot steal bananas from you. They can only steal parts that you collected.
You have collected a part you need to build your vehicle. Click on its picture to read more about it. Gondola with rounded ends attached to the envelope.
Gondola with rounded ends attached to the envelope. Yeah, that's the part that we have collected here. Yeah, which isn't the best part for our vehicle, because that one should be inside the envelope.
Put the puzzle pieces together to make a machine.
Yep, it's just, yeah, for example, if you are a big fan of jigsaw puzzles, then, yeah, you just simply put the parts together. Yeah, and here we only had 2 pieces to contend with that time, so.
You've collected a decoration for your vehicle. Click on its picture to read more about it. Dragon decal.
Dragon decal.
Rectangular gondola attached to the envelope.
So, not quite. Yeah, those 2 aren't exactly like the best gondola type or gondola part for our vehicle.
Medium thickness envelope.
Yeah, and we want a narrow envelope, so this one isn't exactly the best part either.
Balance the scale.
Alrighty, and then here in the early balancing puzzles, yeah, you just simply match what you see. Yeah, the weight is on the 1 here, so therefore you put the identical weight, yeah, on the same position. Yeah, and of course you can also click on the hint as well.
Pick up the blue weight. Place it on the left side of the scale. The scale will balance when equal weights are positioned on each side at equal distances from the center.
Alright, so I didn't exactly go into what Chimp is there. He should be in this next door right here.
Arrange the magnets to create the shape outlined on the table.
And during the game, yeah, you do not have to worry about chimps opening doors. They cannot open doors by themselves. Yeah, so they will instead have to rely on you. Yeah, to open them by you solving the puzzle. Yeah, and here, you know, with magnets, yeah, opposites attract while same repel.
Magnets have 2 ends or poles. One pole is north, the other pole is south. 2 unlike poles, north and south, attract or pull toward each other. 2 like poles, north and north or south and south, repel or push away from each other.
So yeah. So he picked up the part.
You've collected all the parts you need for your vehicle. To go back to the workshop and build your vehicle for the race, go to the bottom of the green tube and press the up arrow key. Engine behind the gondola. Medium thickness envelope. Engine in front of the gondola.
Yeah, I think we want the one behind the gondola. And also, another thing that the game does not touch upon is how you draw a banana far. Yeah, if you just press space bar, then you don't draw the banana very far. but you want to draw it farther, then what you do is hold down Control and then the space bar. Yeah.
Balance the scale.
Alrighty, same thing here. Same position.
You already have 2 types of that part. You need to recycle one of them before you can pick up another type of the same part.
Alrighty. So since we have 2 envelopes, yeah, we're not able to pick up that part. So since both of these aren't the correct one that we need anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and recycle one of them.
You just recycled a part. Recycled parts appear back in the warehouse in red boxes.
Yeah. So any parts that you're throwing away will just be red boxes in the warehouse. So there's no point in picking up those unless you recycle the part by accident. Yeah, like for example, it's the correct part, but you, for some very strange reason, threw it away. And the way you do this to throw a part away is to click on the part and then drag it to the recycle bin here and then left click again. So now that we are done that, now we can go ahead and pick up this part.
Fat envelope.
Ah, not the one we need either. Yeah, we need a narrow one.
Place the simple machines on their matching parts in the everyday machine. Then check your answer.
Ah, simple machines. Yeah, this is a class 1 lever. I think that's what I said. Yeah. Yeah, which should be right here. And then, yeah, again, you want more information?
Put each simple machine where it works, as part of the everyday machine. Then click on the check button to check your answer. A lever is a bar that rests on a point, called a fulcrum. By putting force on one part of the bar, you can move weight placed on the other part. In a class 1 lever, the fulcrum is between the weight and the force.
Yeah, this is something I definitely have forgotten. Yeah, didn't exactly really learn it in any science or physics class and whatnot. But, yeah. Some of these can be a little bit complicated.
Green paint.
And the game is also, like, a bit long, too.
Red paint.
Yeah, considering that you need to do 15 different races here. Yeah, it's definitely far longer than Logic Quest. I'm just gonna make them go to sleep. Yeah, really no point to it, but that's okay.
Shoot the basketball into the flashing hole.
Alright, this one starts pretty easy as usual. So what you do is click on the basketball. Yeah, and then here, luckily it's very easy because you just simply use the amount of energy as the same distance as it is from the first hole here. So in this case, since it's the third hole that's flashing, yeah, you just pull it back, yeah, 2, 3 for the energy. And then you let go, yeah, by letting go of the left mouse button.
Place the basketball on the launch pad. Then pull back the plunger and release it to shoot the ball. The farther back you pull the plunger, the greater the force it will exert on the ball. The greater the force, the greater the distance the ball will travel.
Yeah, and of course you can also experiment even after you solve the puzzle as well. So, for example, if you pull it back farther, yeah, 7 is the most amount of energy that you can use here. So it goes all the way up here. It will never ever reach this hole up here, at least under the condition that we are given, which right here is normal gravity. Yeah, that will never happen. But if you were to say use low gravity, then the basketball would definitely be able to go into the final hole there. And similarly, if I use less energy, like 1, it would just simply go into the first hole. So yeah. Ooh, yikes! Let's get out of here. Oh yeah, and these are vents here. Yeah, you run into them, then they will get you a floor higher. But you can jump over them. But most of the time, you have to use a long jump rather than a short jump. Yeah, short jumps you can use them, but you have to be very, very close before you do the jump.
Put the puzzle pieces together to make a machine.
So really, to make your life easier, just use the long jump. Yeah, to get past those vents. So what would this one be? A scale. Okay.
Bananas.
Ah, more bananas.
Match the energy forms with the pictures that represent them. There are 3 matches. Then check your answer.
Yeah, this would be one of those puzzles where I had a pretty hard time with this one, especially some certain ones like mechanical energy. And again, as usual, yeah, you can look at the hint if you want.
Use the pencil to draw lines from the forms of energy to their examples. Use the eraser to remove lines. Then click on the check button to check your answer. Light energy comes from a light source, such as the sun, a candle, or a light bulb. Electrical forces produce energy that can be used to light lamps, play radios, and power computers. Lightning is a form of electricity. Mechanical energy comes from the movement of objects, such as a windmill turning, water falling, or you pedaling your bike.
Yeah, so these are just the tools that you need. Yeah, you want to use the pencil. Yeah, so you essentially, to draw the lines, yeah, you just left-click on one of the blue dots, and then you go to the corresponding picture that represents that energy. And then if you want to make that connection, then you just left-click again on the other, on the dot on the right side. Yeah, and then you repeat that. Yeah, for however many matches that the game tells you that there are. Yeah. So at first there will be the types of energy will match the number of pictures, but in later puzzles, the harder ones, yeah, they won't always match up necessarily in with the number. All right, so nothing there. And yeah, you can just look at the way the door is. So like with this red status there, yeah, then the door will open as one of the red ones as well. Similarly for this blue one, it's going to open one of these blue ones.
Match the energy forms with the pictures that represent them. There are 3 matches. Then check your answer.
Yeah, so the only new one this time was chemical energy.
Use the pencil to draw lines from the forms of energy to their examples. Use the eraser to remove lines. Then click on the check button to check your answer. Chemical energy is stored in molecules. It is released when molecules change. A battery releases chemical energy when it powers something. A campfire releases chemical energy when it burns. Electrical forces.
Yeah, and we've already heard it for electrical and mechanical energy, so I'm just going to go ahead and exit out the hint. Yeah, paint, it doesn't matter. And yeah, these chimps, yeah, which aren't as difficult, yeah, tend to sleep much longer than
Shoot the watermelon into the flashing hole.
than the other type of chimp that will face layer. Those are the ones that were on the unicycle or just one wheel. So here we want to get the watermelon into the flashing hole. So you think it might be the same thing as a basketball? No, not quite. Because you also have to use the fact that watermelon is much heavier than basketball. So therefore, it requires more force in order to even get it into a hole. So for example, if I do 1, yeah, it only went a little bit up the ramp. And then similarly, if I do 2, yeah, it still doesn't get out, get into a hole. So in this case, it has to be a minimum of 4, it appears. So yeah, I remember falling for that trap. But my brother was like, oh, it looks like you forgot to take into account the weights of the objects too.
Engine behind the gondola.
Another one. Okay, it doesn't really matter then. And because I believe it is the right one we need anyway.
Put the puzzle pieces together to make a machine.
Excuse me.
Take the gray puzzle pieces out of the box and put them together to make the teeth fit in the mouth. When pieces fit correctly, they will snap together. If you move one piece, all of the pieces connected to it will follow and snap back to their correct places. When you put the machine together correctly, it will change color.
Yeah, so you saw that like because I moved the upper jaw, yeah, that's why it moved the mouth with it as well. Yeah, because I put those two correctly together. So yes, now you see those red boxes, and again, just like the hint says, those are the parts where I recycled the parts. Yeah, the ones I drew away. So again, there's no point in collecting the red boxes. Yeah, unless you drew something out by accident, for example. So let's get rid of that one.
Narrow and
There we go. That's the part we need. Alrighty. So I'm just gonna get rid of one of them.
Rectangular gondola hung on wires. Racing bead decal. Put the puzzle pieces together to make a machine.
This one should be a slide. Yep. Trying to pick up the other railing. Oh, one more part. That's right, we need the ladder to get on to it. Others, I guess you can come from the other side, but... what good is that?
Gondola inside the Blimp's envelope.
Yep, I believe that's the part we need. So, we should be done now. So, let's go ahead and go back. This place where we built it.
To build your vehicle, move the parts you want from the conveyor belt to the floor. Click on the green arrows to move the conveyor belt.
And let me go ahead and make sure here. Yeah, engine behind the gondola. Yeah, gone inside the Blimp's envelope. So that's right. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and use the dragon. Yeah, dragons have always fascinated me, even though my culture doesn't really associate them whatsoever. Yeah, other than like a dragon dance that we do, or that we see, yeah, during the Lunar New Year. Yeah, for the Vietnamese culture, but it's more associated with Chinese culture. Yeah, the dragon does.
Good job! You finished building your vehicle. Click on the doorway to get to the racetrack.
Yeah, and I certainly did not understand, yeah, building the vehicles correctly. Yeah, I pretty much just like drew parts in randomly and hope for the best. I mean, you could do it that way, but it might take you a while, especially if you got a lot of them are like suboptimal parts, which most of the time they are. Yeah, unless you get lucky by chance that you get the parts correctly the first time or whatnot. Yeah, for this one, I'm gonna go ahead and use green, because green's my favorite color. So, sorry, red. Or any people who are a fan of red instead. So, anyway, yeah, once you're ready, then you go ahead and click on the doorway here, which is open. Yeah, in order to start the race. Ahaha, bye-bye. Bye-bye, Marty. Or Morty, sorry.
Nice try, Mr. Maxwell, but I beat you that time.
Congratulations, you won the race and have reached the rank of assistant. You need a score of 30,000 to move up to the next rank. Keep up the good work. Okay, and then once you're ready, yeah, you click on next level, or you can go back to the technology center to select another building, for example. Yeah, to build vehicles for that type of race. Yeah, or you can just rerun the race again. Yeah, basically watch it again. Yeah. It will always be the exact same result. Yeah. Results will never change. Yeah. In between the times you rerun it and everything. And also, yeah, as you can tell, yeah, my machine is very powerful, so that's why you didn't exactly see the blimps properly take off. But anyway, yeah, let's go ahead and go on to the next level here. So this time we are building a sailplane.
The body of your sailplane is called the fuselage. This is where the pilot sits. The less air resistance or drag the fuselage makes, the faster your sailplane can go. A fuselage that is small and has an enclosed cockpit will make the least amount of drag.
So small and enclosed cockpit. Yeah, so this time we need 6 parts rather than 3. So double the amount of parts that we had, yeah, for the blimp.
All sailplanes need basic controls to fly. To help your plane go faster, you can add extra controls to the wing that will affect how well your sailplane lifts and descends. Spoilers help you take the most direct route to the place you want to land. Flaps help you use updrafts to climb. The height you reach can then help you go faster. Flapperons will help your sailplane go the fastest.
So, flapperons.
Sailplanes have no engines, so you will need the wing to lift your plane into the air and help it fly. The less drag the wing makes, the faster your plane will climb. All of the wings available to you have the same surface area. For those wings, the longer the wing, the less drag it makes. The longest wing available to you is a 60-foot wing. The wing with the least amount of drag will also have winglets on the tip.
Yeah, so you want a 60-foot wing with winglets for the best type of wing part for the vehicle, for the sailplane.
Pilots need special instruments to tell them how fast the plane is climbing and how high up they are. The instruments can show the pilot when the plane is in an updraft. A plane can fly faster when it is in an updraft. An altimeter tells how high the plane is, but doesn't help the pilot as much as a rate of climb indicator. The best instrument available to you is a variometer.
Variometer. Yeah, so even if you don't get like the best instrument here, yeah, it's not going to like matter too much, yeah, in terms of the outcome. Yeah, as long as your other parts are better or really good, yeah, then even if you get a suboptimal instrument type or instrument part, then yeah, it's not going to, you're not really like going to lose and stuff. Yeah, then we need the wing here, or landing gear, sorry.
The landing gear helps your sailplane take off and land safely. When your sailplane is flying, the less air resistance or drag the landing gear makes, the faster your sailplane can go. Landing gear with a single retractable wheel makes the least amount of drag.
So, single retractable wheel. And then finally the airfoil.
The airfoil is the shape of the wing that lifts your sailplane so it can fly. The less drag the airfoil makes as it lifts your plane, the faster your plane can go. Curved airfoils make less drag than flat airfoils, and airfoils with both the top and bottom curving down make even less drag. A laminar flow airfoil makes the least amount of drag.
Laminar flow airfoil. Yeah, and that's just the landing gear again. So I believe we got all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7. So maybe it's the instruments that you don't need though. Now I'm not so sure. And yeah, any races that you win, yeah, we have the trophy on the shelf here. So apparently the middle shelf is the is for the aircraft, or for the aircrafts. Anyway, yeah, let's go ahead and get started here. So yeah, it's another part of the warehouse. Yeah, and as you can guess, yeah, the warehouses are a bit bigger and longer. Yeah, as you win more races in the building that you chose. And these right here are springs. Yeah, so essentially it gets you on the other side, apparently. But if you jump on it, yeah, then you can get a floor higher. Yeah, it's the same thing when you do a long jump on them as well. Yeah, it'll still only get you a floor higher. Yeah, but you can also get past them too, either with a short jump or long jump.
Arrange the magnets to create the shape outlined on the table.
Alright, this time we have a puzzle where you will need to rotate the magnets. Yeah, here it doesn't matter how you place them. Yeah, as long as you follow the rule of different poles and avoid like poles. So if you want to rotate, you just pick up the magnet with the left click, and then you drag it over to the rotate, and then you click. Yeah, and to rotate it.
Green paint.
Let me see. Maybe it's just going to be down here as well. So, so it looks like we want to go to a door that doesn't have anything in the middle. Which is probably like over there on the far right side.
Falcon decal. Turn on the light bulb by making a complete electrical circuit.
So it's essentially pretty much similar to what we did the first time. just in different positions. So not much difference there.
Medium fuselage with enclosed cockpit.
So we want a small one, I think they said.
Laminar flow airfoil.
Aha! See, we already got lucky with the airfoil.
Rainbow decal.
Yeah, I wasn't even gonna try for it, I don't think.
Basic controls plus spoilers and flaps. 2 wheels side by side.
So those aren't correct, I don't think.
Arrange the magnets to create the shape outlined on the table.
Yeah, I think there's like 1 or 2 more puzzle types that we have not seen yet. But don't worry, we'll see them soon enough. Yeah, when the game decides to give us that type of puzzle instead. So unless you only decide to do one type of puzzle, yeah, basically the puzzle that you're presented with, it's random. So yeah, you have no control over that. Okay, so just go back. Oh no, there's no door there. Alright, let's just go over here then.
Match the energy forms with the pictures that represent them. There are 3 matches. Then check your answer.
Here I think we could just read it here. So heat energy comes from the movement of molecules in matter. The faster the molecules move, the more heat is given off. Yeah, just because it's the final one in the hint box. Yeah, others here just waiting there, just reading the ones that you've already heard before, or the ones we already heard. So as you can see, we're in the same area at the warehouse as the previous level. Yeah, the exact same layout. Let's see. Yeah, so it's either the one above us or the one over here.
Place the simple machines on their matching parts in the everyday machine. Then check your answer.
Yeah, I love this fanfare. Da 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 da.
Yellow paint.
Okay, so yeah. Right above us.
Shoot the basketball into the flashing hole.
And occasionally the mouse gets like a little like wonky here. Yeah. At least from what I remember. Sometimes the mouse doesn't behave the way I want it to, even though I like move it in like a certain direction.
Single main wheel.
Is that the one that we need for the wheel? Yeah, you can always go back. Yeah, and check if you want. Oh, we want a single retractable. And then for controls, we want flap-ons. And small and close. Alright.
Put the puzzle pieces together to make a machine. Two wheels, one behind the other.
You can certainly open all the doors if you want, but really you're wasting your time if you're doing that. So yeah, don't even bother. Yeah, once you have all the parts you need, just go back to the where you built your vehicle.
Match the energy forms with the pictures that represent them. There are 3 matches. Then check your answer.
So, nuclear energy is released when certain atoms are split apart or joined together. The sun's energy is nuclear energy. Nuclear power plants release nuclear energy to generate electricity.
Balance the scale. 150 square foot, 50-foot long wing. Put the puzzle pieces together to make a machine.
A faucet, yeah, that's what I thought.
Basic controls plus spoilers and flaperons.
Yep, I believe that's what we want.
Basic controls plus spoilers. Shoot the basketball into the flashing hole.
Alright, and that's the farthest that the basketball will go under normal gravity.
Single retractable wheel.
And there we go, that's the one that we need. Might be this one over here, but I'm not certain.
Balance the scale.
Alrighty, so here the weight that we are given does not match. However, yeah, to do this one, you simply multiply the amount of weight in this position. So in this case, it's 5 times 3, which is 15. So therefore, you do the exact same thing here. Yeah, what times 3 gives you 15? Yeah, you need to put it at the 5.
The scale will balance with unequal weights if heavier weight on one side is closer to the center than lighter weight on the other side. To figure out the total weight for a position, multiply the weight by the number of its position. When the product is the same for both sides, the scale will balance.
So yeah, so it's this side is heavier, of course. Yeah, since there was weight on it and there was nothing here, and so to balance it out, yeah, since we are given a lighter weight, it needs to be farther away from the center. No, so it's the other one up here.
Match the energy forms with the pictures that represent them. There are 4 matches. Then check your answer.
So as you can see, only 2 types of energies, but there are 4 pictures. Yeah, like I said, there's 4 matches. And every picture is used here. Yeah, I think some of the later ones, yeah, some of them might not even need to be used.
Bananas.
Ah, bananas.
Basic controls. Turn on the light bulb by making a complete electrical circuit.
Same idea, just they give you a battery as well.
Rate of climb indicator. 150 square foot, 60-foot long wing.
Yeah, and you want the one with winglets to make it even better.
Balance the scale.
Alright, and then any weights that you put in the exact same position, you add them. So if I put another 1 here, 1 plus 1, which is 2, and then 2 times 5, which is 10, which does equal 1 times 10. Yeah, if I putting it at 4 won't work because it's just 5 plus 4, which is 9.
Place as many blue weights as you need on the left side of the scale. To place more than 1 weight in the same position, put 1 weight underneath the other. The scale will balance with unequal weights if heavier weight on one side is closer to the center than lighter weight on the other side. To figure out the total weight for a position, multiply the weight by the number of its position. Then add the products for each side. When the product is the same for both sides, the scale will balance.
Yeah, that's when you have multiple weights. Yeah, then you add them.
Airfoil with top curving down and bottom curving up. Rate of climb indicator.
Yeah, same one both times, right? Yeah.
Bananas.
Gotta love the music for this game as well.
Balance the scale.
Yeah, pretty ace. Ah, there we go. My mouse is like bugging out. Don't know why it happens, but yeah, occasionally I run into that problem while playing this game. Yeah, I guess that's the reason why I tried to like wanted to like play it on my Windows 10 host machine instead. But yeah, again, there's just a problem with the OBS window resizing. If I do the 640 by 480 resolution for the under the compatibility tab.
Large fuselage with enclosed cockpit.
That's not what we want.
Altimeter.
Altimeter isn't what we wanted either. Alright, no problem there. It's just decoration. Ah, so that's where we would have ended up. We made the jump instead on the left side. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and go back to the other area here. Yeah, where we haven't done too much of it yet. Alright, so the only way is to
arrange the magnets to create the shape outlined on the table.
Yeah, so pretty much the main problem of the game is just how very repetitive it is. Yeah, especially with the puzzles. But like yeah, you gotta admit though, yeah, you do at least learn a lot of great stuff here though. Unfortunately, to get to the bottom right boxes, I think you have to go through the bottom doors.
Balance the scale.
Yeah, here there are multiple ways to do this one. Here's one of them. Yeah, on the 5 and on the 1. So 25 plus 5, which is 30. Yeah, equals 10 times 3. Yeah, another one would be, for example, on the 4, and then on the 2. Yeah, yet even another possibility is both of them on the 3. So, take your pick.
Push all of the red buttons at the same time by turning the crank.
Yep, so you just, you got 2 small gears here, so you just drag them to where these small dots are, and then you just left click again to drop them off. And then once you do that, then you click on the crank with the left mouse button, and then you turn. Yeah, you drag your mouse button left and right. Yeah, and these things will need to hit the buttons. Yeah, all buttons need to be pushed. And I believe this is what is the final type of puzzle that we haven't seen yet. Yeah. So we've already done all the others now. Oh yeah, so unfortunately you have to go through the bottom doors.
Arrange the magnets to create the shape outlined on the table. Shoot the watermelon into the flashing hole.
So you need 4 energy to get into the first hole, so 5 and 6. 6 energy.
Small fuselage with enclosed cockpit.
And there you go, that's what we want.
Variometer.
Variometer is what we want, yes. Do we have all the parts now? Let's see. Yeah, and any parts that you put down here, you will not be able to recycle them if you go back to the warehouse later. How about a rainbow? Doesn't really matter. Yeah, you're free to take your pick, of course. Small fuselage with enclosed cockpit. That's what we want. Nope. So, laminar airfoil. Let me just make sure with the controls. Yeah, that's what we wanted. Okay. And that should be the right landing gear as well. Or is it? Come on, I just want the... Yeah, sorry, I picked the wrong one. Yeah, I think we want the winglets as well. Yeah, so winglets on the tip. Okay, so yeah, the instrument isn't even needed. Yeah, and you can certainly race right now if you want to. Yeah, you should still be able to win, even if you don't get the best part. Best part available for everything. Yeah, you should still be able to win. Yeah, but you know, let's try to make the vehicle as best as possible. So, let's not like race just yet. Let's keep looking for the wing. Aha.
Bananas.
So now that's the cockpit, which we don't need anymore.
Push all of the red buttons at the same time by turning the crank.
Oh, and I did not read the hint for this yet, did I?
Place gears on the axles and turn the crank. To move the racks in the same direction, use an even number of gears to connect them. To move the racks in opposite directions, use an odd number of gears. Use as many gears as you need to move the racks. Notice that when a gear turns in a clockwise direction, the gear next to it turns counterclockwise.
And honestly, I never really paid attention to the even and the odd number of gears and stuff. So yeah, but you know, as usual, they start out pretty simple anyway, and you need all the gears at first.
Bananas.
So what to search the higher floors here.
Put the puzzle pieces together to make a machine.
So it should be a wheelbarrow. Yeah, and you can avoid a jump by jumping over it. See if he had anything. Nope, he just picked up the recycle part. And I believe, if I remember correctly, yeah, the chimps sleep longer when they are farther away from the screen, like this. But if they are much closer to the screen, like after you enter a door, yeah, then they sleep much shorter. But these chimps in general that just walk around on two legs, yeah, they in general sleep much longer than the ones on the chimps that move around on a single wheel.
Turn on the light bulb by making a complete electrical circuit.
And in addition, yeah, the ones on the wheel are much faster than the chimps that just walk around on legs. So therefore are much harder to avoid.
Place the simple machines on their matching parts in the everyday machine. Then check your answer.
So a wedge.
Put each simple machine where it works as part of the everyday machine. Then click on the check button to check your answer. A wedge is narrower at one end than it is at the other. It helps cut or split things apart.
Yeah, that's why we put it down here.
Place the simple machines on their matching parts
pulley.
in the everyday machine. Then check your answer.
A pulley is a rope or chain attached to a wheel and axle. You can move an object attached to one end of the rope by pulling on the other end.
Excuse me.
150 square foot, 60 foot long wing with winglets.
And there you go. That's the best wing part that we can get. So now we can go ahead and go back. Yeah, this one. Now for the paint. Wait, did we never get paint? Oh, there it is. Ooh, yellow plane, that's pretty interesting. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, even though green is my favorite color here, why not like mix it up a little?
You lucked out that time.
I'll be honest, I don't think I have ever heard him say that. Congratulations, you won the race and have reached the rank of assistant. You need to score 30,000 to move up to the next rank. Keep up the good work. Alrighty, I really feel like I've already gone long, but I feel like I could do one more though.
The flaps are at the back of the wing and rotate down to increase lift for takeoff and landing. Fowler flaps create the least amount of drag and help your airplane go faster. Flaps that make a slot create less drag than flaps that split from the bottom of the wing. Flaps that only rotate create the most drag.
So, making a slot and Fowler flaps.
The shape of the wing will affect how much drag there is when your plane is lifting into the air. The less drag there is, the faster your plane can go. A straight, constant wing creates the most drag. A wing that is fully tapered makes less drag than a partially tapered wing. The wing with the least amount of drag is an elliptical wing.
So, elliptical wing.
Your airplane will need landing gear to take off and land safely. But to win the race, you will need to find the landing gear with the least amount of drag. You can reduce the drag by putting covers called wheel pants over the wheels. The best landing gear pulls the wheels into the airplane while the airplane is flying. This is called retractable landing gear. Instruments in the cockpit don't affect your speed, but they can help you navigate over the shortest distance. The most basic cockpit has only a compass to tell you which way to fly. Radios are good instruments. The best radios use signals from satellites in a global positioning system, or GPS.
So, GPS.
The engines available to you are 400 horsepower engines. When your airplane is in the air, there is less oxygen, so the engine needs to work harder to create 400 horsepower. Fuel injection will help your plane go fast, but an engine with a turbocharger will make the plane go fastest. The shape of the engine also affects the speed of your airplane. Flat engines will make your plane go faster than round engines will.
So, flat engines and fuel injection with a turbocharger.
The tail boom and tail help you control your airplane. The less drag they create, the faster your plane can go. The sharper the curve that connects the tail to the tail boom, the more drag there is. A sharp angle means there is no curve and creates the most drag. The fastest airplane will have a gradual curve from the tail to the tail boom.
So, a gradual curve.
The cockpit is where the pilot sits. The less drag the cockpit makes, the faster your airplane can fly. An enclosed cockpit creates less drag than an open cockpit. The sharper the angle the cockpit makes to the tail, the more drag there is.
So, an enclosed cockpit.
The propeller uses engine power and blades to push the air and create thrust. The more thrust there is, the faster your airplane can go. A propeller with 3 blades makes more thrust than a propeller with 2 blades. A propeller that can control the angle of the blades and has a spinner to reduce drag will make the most thrust.
So, control the angle and a spinner. And finally, flaps, I think. Oh no, we already saw that. So, I think we've looked at everything now. Okay, it is somewhat a lot to take in though, but we can always go back and check. Yeah, as I've been doing from time to time. So 8 parts this time. So it's pretty much the exact same as the previous low. The same 2 areas that you can go in between what is below 3.
Turn on the light bulb by making a complete electrical circuit.
Yeah, so this time they give you a light bulb you need to take out. But other than that, it's the exact same thing. Just connect the 2 ends.
Bananas. Tail section with medium curve. Flat engine. Put the puzzle pieces together to make a machine.
So a wrench.
Fowler flaps.
Ooh,
Red paint. Tail section with gradual curve. Propeller with 3 blades. Make a complete circuit that turns on the light bulb. Be sure to use the switch.
so same idea. Once you connect that, then just turn the switch by clicking on it.
String the wires so that electricity passes through the light bulb and the switch. Use the switch to turn on the light. For the light to go on, the circuit must be wired so that electricity flows from one end of the battery through the light bulb and the switch to the other end. When the switch is turned on, the circuit is complete and the bulb will light up.
Really, all that's saying is that when you turn on the switch, you basically close the circuit, which is how it turns on.
Flat engine. Stripes decal.
Yeah, that chimp just jumped over.
Make a complete circuit that turns on the light bulb. Be sure to use the switch. Fully tapered wing. Bananas. Turn on the light bulb by making a complete electrical circuit.
I feel like we already did that before, though.
Blue paint.
I didn't think the game would actually repeat that early already. Unless it's just another variant of it.
Flap split from the bottom of the wing. Place the simple machines on their matching parts in the everyday machine. Then check your answer. Round engine.
So, looks like they didn't have anything that time.
Make a complete circuit that turns on the light bulb. Be sure to use the switch.
My mouse is glitching out. Yeah, I really hate it when that happens.
Make a complete circuit that turns on the light bulb. Be sure to use the switch.
You can cheat by doing that. So therefore, that's why you can be left with one cable. Yeah, it's the same hit as last time.
Flaps that make a slot.
I think that might be the best one. I'm not sure if we're able to like combine them, find a part that combines the flower and making a slot.
Push all of the red buttons at the same time by turning the crank.
Yeah, so you want an even number of gears, so that's why we have to use the big one. So look what happens when you use small gears instead. Yeah, you won't be able to hit both of them.
Put the puzzle pieces together to make a machine. Compass plus a map. Arrange the magnets to create the shape outlined on the table. Straight constant wing. Match the energy forms with the pictures that represent them. There are 3 matches. Then check your answer. Electric eel decal.
Whoa!
Blue paint. Put the puzzle pieces together to make a machine. Bananas. Shoot the beach ball into the flashing hole.
So, beach ball. So, close. So, it's lighter than both the watermelon and the basketball, therefore it will go much farther with less energy.
A beach ball is much lighter than a basketball. It takes less force to move a lighter object.
Flaps that rotate only. Two main wheels and 1 small wheel at tail. Make a complete circuit that turns on the light bulb. Be sure to use the switch. Compass. Tail section with sharp angle. Propeller with 3 blades and a spinner. Flat engine with fuel injection. 3 main wheels. Enclosed cockpit with medium angle to tail.
That was close. I think we might be done with this section, actually.
Put the puzzle pieces together to make a machine.
So, scissors.
Enclosed cockpit with sharp angle to tail.
I think it was sharp angle.
Global positioning system, GPS radio. Balance the scale.
Yeah, so as you can see, sometimes they give you more than you actually need. Yeah, so that's when you need to decide, yeah, do I need all of them, or can I just use some of them to solve the puzzle? So, you can say like decoys. Yeah, later puzzles will start giving you decoys.
Elliptical wing. Flat engine with a turbocharger.
And that's what we need. And yeah, if you want to avoid like a chimp taking it apart, then you can just simply put it in place for your vehicle. Yeah, chimps will never steal parts that you've already put for your vehicle. Gradual curve. I think I'll wait for that, actually. The faster your airplane can fly in a closed cockpit. Let's just go ahead and put the power flaps for now. And it should be 3 blades and a spinner for the propeller. Yeah, okay. So yeah, it looks like we have the right type of engine. And then, yeah, are there any other types of wings here? No, I think we're good there. And then what about the landing gear here? So, retractable landing gear. Okay, so I think that should do for now. Yeah, and any parts that you put down for your vehicle, yeah, you would not be able to recycle them. Yeah, until you take it out.
Match the energy forms with the pictures that represent them. There are 4 matches. Then check your answer.
Yeah, some pictures would be matched by more than one type of energy.
Wheels with wheel pants. Push all of the red buttons at the same time by turning the crank. Place the simple machines on their matching parts in the everyday machine.
An incline
Then
plane.
check your answer.
An inclined plane is a flat surface that is higher at one end than at the other. Inclined planes make it easier to move things up and down.
So, yeah. Yeah, so as you can see, it does not allow you to pick it up because you placed it to make your vehicle. Yeah, so you had to take it out. Yeah, and put it back on the conveyor belt. Yeah, in order to be able to recycle it.
Bananas. Balance the scale. Open cockpit. Push all of the red buttons at the same time by turning the crank.
Ooh. I'm pretty sure it's not a part that we need anyway.
Tail section with sharp curve. Bananas. Put the puzzle pieces together to make a machine.
So, rope and pulley.
Make a complete circuit that turns on the light bulb. Be sure to use the switch. cockpit with slight angle to tail.
Yeah, I think that should be fine. Actually, I don't think I went here yet, did I?
Push all of the red buttons at the same time by turning the crank.
Yeah, so before we had both of them going up, so we needed to use large gear. But this time they're going in opposite directions, so therefore we need to use the small gears instead.
Retractable landing gear.
And there we go. That's what we need. Woohoo!
Enclosed cockpit with...
So he took a part that we needed. So how do we get to that area that I wanted to? Maybe it is down there, but
Balance the scale.
yeah, multiple ways to use this, to do this one. You can use all of them if you want to, but the quickest one is just to use just 2 of them.
Balance the scale.
630, so on the 3.
Shoot the beach ball into the flashing hole. Put the puzzle pieces together to make a machine.
The bones and muscles form an arm.
Partially tapered wing.
Yeah, that might be all of them actually. Blue looks pretty interesting. There's another red one. Yeah, let's just do blue.
Golly, Mr. Maxwell, you're a lot bigger than you looked in my rearview mirror.
Congratulations, you won the race and have reached the rank of technician. You need to score 60,000 to move up to the next rank. So right now we have 56,000. Keep up the good work. Alright, so we have finished 3 races, so we're going to go ahead and make a stop here. Yeah, I think what I would do next time, we'll finish up the remaining 2 races for the aircraft building. So, with this, I hope you enjoyed the first video of the Let's Play of Gizmos and Gadgets, and I'll see you all next time.